Welcome to the Thinking Game.
Hey, episode 21. I'm Mike.
John.
So today, we're going to hit you off with some topics we want to talk about. But before we start into that, we have a little fun segment. I think, what's your top 5 action movies?
I don't know, it's really hard for me. I really like those older movies.
I do too.
You know what I mean? But,
I do too.
I think I love the Matrix movies. You know what I mean? It was a mixture of fighting and shooting.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I love the old Kung Fu movies, and that added into it. You know what I mean? To that. I love horror movies, so I like Blade, like the Blade. I'm sorry if I'm naming trilogies.
You talking about Wesley Snipes Blade?
Wesley Snipes Blade, of course. Wesley Snipes, I almost seen probably in his movies. I'm a huge Wesley Snipes fan, but Bloodsport. You know what I mean? I gotta put.
My wife don't. I can't stand when I watch Blood. I watch Bloodsport all the time.
You know, I gotta put that in there. I mean,
you gotta
and
put
it may be one of those high dollar movies, but even like Back to Blade. I mean, like I say, it was shooting, action packed,
Kung Fu, martial arts, all that.
Mixed in with the gunplay. You know what I mean?
With a little bit of humor, because he had a little bit.
Exactly.
Of humor.
I mean, you love the dry humor. Put Keanu Reeves back in there, John Wick series, and I'm sorry.
You know what's crazy? You know, with the new Matrix, right?
Yeah,
I got a theory. You know why they had to put the dude in there instead of Lawrence Fishburne?
Why is it?
He didn't take care of his health. After seeing him in John Wick being a bird, man.
Oh yeah,
he was shaped like a pigeon. Like, I can't have this dude Morpheus.
You don't like.
Can you imagine him trying? Can you imagine him trying to be in the Matrix? Don't try to do those moves.
You said, did you upload the right body? Like, they could have CGI'd him. You know what I mean?
It's like, Trinity the same.
Your pixels
Neo the same. Even Nairobi was the same.
Like, your pixel
Morpheus they had to get a different dude for Morpheus, man. I was dying when I seen that.
It's like his head was even bigger.
Oh, yeah.
Like, how do your skull grow? Now, my head, like, you can look, my head is huge. It's car battery size, but, like, your head, like, how do you gain weight in your skull actually big? Like, on some Barry Bonds stuff. I don't understand. Help me.
I would have loved to just see if they would have just tried. They had, like, a deleted scene, and they tried to bring him back to see
Or it's like he was outside the Matrix and
it's like the suits be too tight. You know, somebody wear their suit, their shirts be like this. Did
you put the AIDS thing in the middle? Like,
man, like, he can't jump off the wall because he's too heavy. You know how they be running? They jump off the wall. He can't jump off the wall.
Like Mario and Donkey Kong.
That was funny, but Bloodsport, Rambo. That was my dude. That was Rambo, man. Especially the one, like I said, he was in the mud. You remember the one? I think it was Rambo 2. He was in the forest and he was in the mud and dude walking by and he jumped out and
was that a big 80s thing about the mud? Because like in Predator.
Oh, yeah. He put the mud on him. Yeah.
I mean, I think that was just a key. I mean, you just in those modes. And it's hard. So, what was it? The Matrix first.
They had a mud on the Matrix, didn't
No, I'm just saying the movie, like my top fives. We had The Matrix. We had Blade. Bloodsport, it's a good old martial arts movie. Fun, Jean-Claude Van Damme. And it's kind of hard to top it out, like, without putting...
What about Eat Mine? You like Eat Mine? You ever watched that?
I haven't watched that.
Eat Mine's pretty good.
I round it off, and I'm not really going into that. I am a huge movie buff, which I'm doing terrible. But I'll probably I love the movie I used to watch, Commando. Arnold Schwarzenegger.
All the action movies from the 80s is like,
And I have to put him in there, because how do you do that without putting Arnold Schwarzenegger?
When he pushed that truck downhill, he was driving.
Like every scene was like every kid, you're like, this dude's strong on the truck. How do we make that the most memorable scenes? Like, man.
And that was the C-25 run? That was like the heavy. Chevy, like the one on the front wheels.
Yeah, exactly. Before the Bronco, you know what I mean? So he pushed that push it downhill, and that's just that's one of the best action.
They used to always make scenes for Arnold. So when he do it, he be flexing. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
He had the bazooka on his arm, man, flexing.
Like you got to shoot it from down. Oh
man.
So the cinematography for that, and then you always got to put. Man, it's hard for me to choose. I want to choose an Arnold Schwarzenegger movie. So it's like hard between Predator and the minigun and all that stuff between Commando. But I do really like
What about Die Hard?
I love Die Hard, but
I like the first Die Hard, man.
So it's hard. I want to top it off
like Bruce Willis. I don't know about, but something about Bruce Willis, like the Last Boy Scout, man.
I want to put like a Bruce Willis movie in there, but I still want to do a Sylvester Stallone movie, like just
Rambo,
the Rambo series. Man,
it's hard.
So that's got to do my 5, and we can do them from the 80s and 90s. But that's probably my 5. So what you get?
For me, it'd be Bloodsport.
Number 1.
Yeah, definitely.
Right.
Bloodsport, John Wick, definitely. Blade 3, because when he fought Blade, ready to die.
We can't say
Blade,
half of the stuff in the Blade movie,
3,
which made it that much better.
What's the other one?
I mean, I didn't put
definitely Terminator.
I love those. Yeah,
Terminator was in there.
But would you put any other? Like, I know we don't consider Blade a Marvel movie or a superhero movie. Would you put?
It was a Marvel movie.
I mean, a lot of people. That was like the first. They started everything. Yeah. I love the Deadpool, but I don't know if I really want to put him in my top 5. I would maybe take Rambo off and put a Deadpool, but.
Yeah, Deadpool was awesome.
Yeah.
I don't know about top 5 though.
Yeah, I know.
Because it's not like the comic book. Like the comic book was awesome, Deadpool, but they get a little bit closer to it, but they trying to make it more family oriented and stuff. So it's
cutting somebody's head off is very family oriented.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, love Ryan Reynolds, huge fan.
Yeah, I love Ryan
Love
Reynolds,
the way he does it. He makes incredible movies too.
He does.
It's really hard to see him in a bad movie. I mean, he
I know.
So I
want to say I like Kickboxer too, but that'd be too much Van Damme probably. I used to watch a lot of Van Damme.
Yes, exactly. Killed. I mean, he just.
I'm trying to think. It's another movie. You know what actor had a really good career? He better never complain. Is Tom Cruise, bro.
Oh God, yeah.
This dude got movies in every era, bro.
Yeah,
dude was a NASCAR driver, a fighter pilot, a bartender.
Yep.
Mission Impossible.
Yep. Whatever that was, Secret Agent.
They got more movies than Police Academy now. They keep making them, man.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
So do.
And then I always wondered, how did they do the camera work with him? I didn't realize they was that short. Like him and Tom Cruise, Van Damme and Tom Cruise. Mm-hmm. Those dudes are insanely short, man. But the camera always did from waist up to make them look taller, man. It's pretty crazy. I'm trying to think of another movie because I got so many. I like low budget. I like those low budget action movies. You did
say you liked like Bruce Willis. You want to put Last Boy Scout?
Yeah, Die Hard. Last Boy Scout not in the top 5. It's probably in the top 10 because it was funny. It's more the comedy for me in there. But Die Hard though, bro, man, that was awesome. When he had that Beretta, he only had one bullet left with the Christmas tape on his back.
Yeah.
And then when he ran on the glass, he had to run. He didn't want to do it, but dude came with that gun. Man, he ran through that glass so fast. That was probably one of the most realistic movies, man. Like how they made that movie.
Not having your shoes
the real
on.
Difficulty, man.
Yes, exactly. Not having your shoes make that much different. And that goes back to being
then when
prepared.
He jumped off the building with the water hose, he had to shoot the glass. And then the thing failed, man. So much crazy stuff that could happen, man. Like, it's so funny, man. But yeah, Die Hard.
It's like he didn't have movie magic with him. Like, because, most movies, if you're barefooted in his glass, the hero just runs through it and everything's fine. Or he jumps out of a window and he bungee jumps off the hose. But this movie, no bungee. It just snatched him up and he had to shoot the glass and break that.
Yeah, Bruce Willis.
So, awesome. What number 5?
I think I have to put a kung fu movie. I like the older one better. I like Ip Man.
I think my favorite
Man, that first Ip Man though, man. The one where he was fighting the China invaded. I think it was the first one when they invaded China, and he had to fight dude on that balcony at the end.
Yeah.
Man, that was so cold when he fought those 10 dudes at one time.
Yeah.
Man, he was mad when he fought them when he was mad, man. Man, he beat the brakes off them dudes, man.
I think my favorite kung fu movie was probably
but it's an old movie.
Between Drunken Master, Born Invincible was my favorite.
It's one about the White Lotus I like too, where he's using Wing Chun to fight him, but he do that 5 fish palm. It's old school. Like that one was nice too, because when he first came, it was like Pomei. But back then, the movie based on him. He came to avenge.
They taught him on like Kill Bill. He taught him nothing.
Yeah, but he did that to a couple dudes. Like he fought like 5 dudes. They was messing with him. He did that. It was cold. I forget. I think this movie White Lotus. I think that's what it was called though. But that movie was nice though. I probably put that in the top 5 and probably move Bruce Willis movie down. Even though I like Bruce Willis though. He better not complain about his career because he had some nice movies too.
Yeah, they say something going on with his memory now. But yeah, and
man, dude probably did so many stunts and probably man.
Could you imagine like having a memory issue and you think you one of your characters like when you wake up one day, you know what I mean?
Boy,
like,
wake up Yippee-Ki-Yay.
Yeah, like that's really me. Like, my wife works at the Nakatomi Towers, you know what I mean? I'm a cop. No, sir. But I mean, hey, hope his condition gets better. You know, we're praying for you.
He old. Was he about 70 something, 80? Somewhere he old, man.
Like Charles Bronson used to do all the movies and he was already.
Death Wish is definitely in the top 20 somewhere. Like just gun movies. For gun movies, yeah, Death Wish was nice.
Yeah.
Death Wish.
It's weird, like if you can put a senior citizen, give him a pistol, you know, you got a movie.
Pistol,
you know
that dude had machine guns, man. In New York. That's crazy.
The gun laws now, you know what I mean?
As a matter of fact, he had a machine gun. The dude was holding the box with the bullets when he was shooting that brownie. The dude was holding the box on the side. Let that mug go.
That's what a real sidekick is.
And that's when they should shoot. Like the scene saw them shooting, but they hit everybody. But people don't know when you shooting a gun, that is not the case in real life. It take a skill. That's a skill, man.
Yeah.
So
at least definitely trying to hit that second shot.
Yeah. So now we want to dig into some stuff for the youth. Our young men out there, young women. Question is, for you to think about, be honest with yourself. Do you need to have the winning mindset before you get to the bag, before you get to success, before you get to that career that you're trying to get to? And what I mean by that is, let's say you hear somebody say they want to be a doctor, right?
Mm-hmm.
I want to be a doctor. You need to go to school to be a doctor. And when you start doing it, you say, you know what? It's too hard. I don't want to do this. I'm just going to just stop and just work. And what I would tell that person is, it's just like saying you don't want to make $200,000+ a year, however much a doctor make. It's like saying you don't want to do it. Most of the stuff that's worth having, it's difficulty getting there. It's not easy getting there. You know what I'm saying? Nothing is. The good stuff is not easy to get to. You're going to have to put in some work. And that's what I mean by the winning mindset, you know. You're going to deal with diversity. You're going to deal with unfairness. You're going to realize corporate where there's no such thing as unfairness. You got to understand that any advantage that you can get, any percentages that you can get on your side matters. You got to understand how to do that. And then winning mindset, you got to understand, I think you got something too that we was talking about before we got on camera. Is you know, say like criticism, learning how to take criticism.
Yeah, that is actually a very important skill, right?
Yes.
Because it seems like everybody wants to hear the positive, but all criticism doesn't have to be negative, right?
It doesn't.
So knowing how to take that, because you can take those motivating quotes. Everybody wants to hear motivated and be uplifted, but sometimes I think a lot of times what's more valuable when somebody can look at you and say, "Hey, I think you're taking the wrong approach to this.
Right.
Like I think it would really help you if you would stop doing this or you would learn this particular skill."
Mm-hmm.
And if you wouldn't take that personal and you can add that to your repertoire, that can really be. I think that's the key a lot of times to success. With growing and adapting, if you can just kind of take some of that those things that may be presented as negative and take those to a positive,
right?
You know what I mean? If everybody's saying the same thing about you, multiple people, you know, it might be true. Sometimes it's you that you can fix, but the best thing about needing to fix yourself, you have control over that.
Exactly.
You don't need other people to fix you. That's one of those things you can change for free.
Analogy to go along with it, what you're saying is, think about an athlete like a football player, right? A running back. You know, you can run the ball, you don't fumble, but when you come back from the off season, did you work on anything else? Or that's all you want to do is just run and not fumble. But did you work on your catching? Did you work on your blocking? Mm-hmm. So when they ask, you know, when they come back around, you know, you're trying to renegotiate it and say, well, you know, you can run, you don't fumble, but we need a blocker too. You know, we can't pay you. We can only pay you for running and not fumbling the ball, but you know, you need to add that to your skill set. I don't understand sometimes why sometimes players don't do that. Like NBA, right? they be like, this guy is a specialist. You know, he just shoot threes. Well, you don't want to work on your defense. All you want to do is just shoot threes. You don't want to work on your defense. You don't want to work on your dribbling. I mean, literally, their dudes is just catch the ball and shoot. That's all they do. They don't work on their dribbling. They don't work on their one-on-one skills. They don't work on their defense. They don't work on playing the passing lane. All they want to do is shoot. And now you just one-dimensional.
Yeah, and it's the I made it attitude.
Right.
All right, like sometimes being gifted can sometimes be a curse.
Yeah.
You know, because it counteracts your hard work sometimes. Right? Like he's saying, I'm a shooter, right? You know, and then like that's what I do. Or like you're a rusher.
Right.
I shoot so well, and I've always been a natural shooter. Or you're running back. I've always been a natural runner. I'm fast and this and that. So since I'm better, I'm a top tier runner, I don't have to improve in these other areas.
Right.
I don't have to be all around. Well, you're already better, or you want to keep working at what you're good at. Right. I'm a good runner. I'm a good 3-point shooter. I'm gonna make my 3-point shooting better.
Right.
So all I'm gonna do is work on my shot, which is already in the 90%. I'm already in the top 90% of shooters, right? So I'm gonna keep working on that. But you didn't work on any other part of your game, right? Sometimes you have to, you know, it's always good to improve on the thing that you're good at, but try to make yourself more of all-around talent or all-around worker kids, or student.
And for the young kids out there, let's say if they 25 and under maybe, look up Bo Jackson. That dude could do everything. I don't think it was nothing dude couldn't do, man.
Yeah.
And dude got paid off that. Bo knows. The slogan, Bo knows. Dude literally could play football and baseball and whatever else sport he probably was.
Anything you
the
put
dude caught a baseball and ran on the wall, bro. He ran sideways on the wall, bro. Look it up. He played for Kansas City Royals. He caught a ball and ran on the wall.
If you want to see a superhuman, he probably could play in the NBA.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. And he could probably, like, if you give the ball in the post, he put his shoulders to your chest and you going back.
Yeah.
Like, you know, and just think about, like, say, if Shaq was a workout warrior. I know he said he didn't want to do that, but I'm saying if dude would have been, like, really in shape, like, cut up, like, dude could have been, like, the cover of Fitness and what's that? They probably would have paid dude, endorsed dude, you know what I'm saying? And people don't realize that, like, you think about, like, Zion. You know, if he get with a nutritionist and get ripped, dude probably be on the cover of Fitness because dude will be ripped. He's like Mr. Olympia playing basketball, bro. He's 300 pounds. He got the canvas. All he got to do is work out. But for some reason, he don't want to do it. I don't know.
Another thing, too, what we really don't think about with Shaq versus everybody, even Jordan. Yeah. Shaq's personality was amazing. He has a star personality. He's
winning
funny.
Mindset. Definitely winning mindset.
He's really impressed. Like,
Kenny,
people just...
Kenny.
Exactly. People just like him. He's a good personality. He's extremely like...
I have a new name.
The face of, the franchise. And a lot of athletes that are better than him don't have as much personality or star power or whatever that is. And those are those things that are talent that you can't really...
No. Yeah, you can't
package or try to, to...
He's a marketable. He can market
He's very
himself.
marketable. You know what I mean? I think some of these other players, they just aren't... Maybe their name's not even pronounced, but Shaquille wasn't necessarily easy to pronounce. But when people love you, they gonna learn how to say your name.
And then he really did after the games. He had the media bites. So I will not be called the Big Aristotle.
You know what I mean? So exactly, you cannot teach that. So that's another thing.
Now I play for Phoenix. You call me the Big Cactus.
So those are things that you can't teach, but you can definitely sell them, and you can develop your personality. Everybody has a unique personality, so you definitely want to sell. Like I say, you want to sell yourself. You know what I mean? Don't put yourself in a box.
So the next question is: being comfortable a conflicting mindset? Does that conflict with having a winning mindset, being comfortable? What I mean by that is, some people just like, what, I'm good. I'm making just enough to get by. I'm good. I'm doing just enough to get by. And my thing is that you can say that and you can mean that. But when changes happen in your life, that enough to get by changes to now I don't got enough.
Yeah, real quick. A baby.
Yes.
You got enough to get by? She pregnant.
Got enough to get by, HVAC system go out. Boom.
Ooh, you know what I mean?
5 racks. Just like that.
So that can turn your little nest egg or your little comfort zone upside down. So you don't want something that can actually turn that down.
Yeah, I think to have 5 kids, 5 or more kids, you almost got to be a millionaire, bro. daycare alone will kill you. With 5 kids.
Want to just say, I thank people who made. It's a miracle every day when they got like 5 kids, they make 100,000.
And they probably eat that up, 100 grand.
Yeah, that's the point.
Yeah.
So that's why it's just like it's amazing what the human can do when they really work at it. So if you have the ability to make a budget with 5 kids under 100K, you have the ability to.
I want y'all to come in and subscribe. I wonder how many people really budget their bills out. Like write down all your bills and put them in like a spreadsheet so you can see what you have. I'm interested. You can come in and let us know. I'm interested to see like how many people.
And I'm actually interested in the people who don't. Like, tell me what your method is.
Yeah.
Cause I'm all for new things if it works better than what I got going.
I use Google Sheets. All my stuff I put it in because I'll forget. You put all that in Google Sheets, and it shows you what are you really spending your money on if you want to be accountable. Some people don't want to be accountable. I understand. Some people just like, nah, I don't want to do that because you got to see where your money's going. You know what I'm saying?
Because some people don't realize how much money they spend on their little entertainment budget or a little fast food. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. You know, if you're drinking a $15 coffee every morning, you know what I mean, with a $7 meal, and you're just like, but you don't know like.
Don't cost 15, probably like 8.
I mean, but some like you low dollar, you know what I mean, you low brow, you know what I mean.
No, I'm talking about white chocolate mocha venti.
Yeah, but you're
8.
You're not getting
with the what's the name with the egg white.
But you don't get. But you don't get the virgin Araba beans in the coffee.
Araba beans, funny.
You know what I mean? So I mean, but like I said, but if you're you're doing that. And you might like, well, I'm just eating breakfast, you know what I mean? Well, your breakfast, might, not your breakfast, we're just talking about your drink. We're not even talking about your sandwich, you know what I mean, at $15. But sometimes you don't see that, you know what I mean? Because let's say we make I make $30 an hour. So what, I'm buying a $15 coffee every morning, but you're still curious on where all this money is going.
And then here's the thing, like we was talking about comfortable, right? Are you comfortable at 30 or do you realize that I'm not greedy, but I understand that there's more. So here's the thing about the winning mindset and understanding the corporate world. It's kind of like being a player in the NFL. Yeah. You want to get the max amount that you can get before you retire, check out, or if you even do that. You don't want to leave nothing on the table. But guess what? They're not going to offer you everything either. You got to have the leverage to negotiate what you get. They're not going to give you, Mr. Gray, you worth $100,000. We're gonna give you $100,000. No. I gotta go get it.
Yeah, nobody's gonna bend over.
They're not gonna
bend over backwards to give you something.
Unless you have the skill set. If you got the skill set and your skill set is in demand, they'll be reaching out to you. I know in IT they do. People sometimes recruiters, man, they'll send you something on a platform like Indeed or something. Hey, you want to fill out for this position? It's paying this much. You know what I'm saying? So, but you got to have a skill set that's in demand, though. You know what I'm saying?
And I know it seems contradictory, you know what I mean, when you're saying, hey, because we all want to be comfortable, right? We're trying to get to a level where we can pay our bills comfortably.
And be able to do other things.
No, I mean, because that's a part of the comfort of it. Like, if you're struggling or it's an effort or it is exhausting to pay your bills where you're reaching or stretching, I want to be able to comfortably reach my goals. I want to be able to comfortably travel. I want to be able to be in my house, and I want it to be comfortable. I want my car to be comfortable. I want my car notes to be comfortable. We're trying to get there, but to get to comfort, you got to get uncomfortable to get work. There. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you
so sometimes you can live uncomfortably every day, or you can try really hard and be uncomfortable to get to where you want to be.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like I say, working a full-time job and going to school might suck for 3 years. Might suck for 5. It's going to suck for 5 years, right?
Yeah, there's no joke. I'm telling you right now. I'm doing it right now. It's no joke.
But now
you have to be like laser focused, man.
And when you drop school and just work your job and you're making, twice as much, that's going to be a lot more comfortable than going to school.
But here's the thing, though.
Thing.
People don't understand. I'm saying people don't understand, but you gotta understand when you get over a certain amount, like we get over 60, 70 grand, 9 to 5, a lot of that, Some jobs, sometimes you're gonna be taking work home. I guess is what I'm trying to say. You're gonna be answering emails on your phone probably when you out eating with the family or something like that. But guess what? You're making your salary is way out of range. I mean, you up there. You know what I'm saying?
You're compensated.
You got to understand the trade off.
You have to be compensated.
Like I won't complain if I'm making that kind of money. I'm not gonna complain about answering an email on my phone. Instead, I'm out there pushing carts. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's a difference. It's like
let's just go back to we gonna complain. I'm sorry, nobody.
When I was younger, maybe, but now, no.
But when you're whatever, and that's the thing about comfortable. We always see this thing. I'll be comfortable with just answering emails for 3,000 working out of that. No, because we're never going to be satisfied. You gotta have the winning mindset says we're going to keep trying.
As I've grown older, because I've worked different jobs.
Yeah, of course. But the winners. But you're still not comfortable. You're not satisfied with these little things that people ask. You're still trying to get max value. Just like you said, you're an NBA player. Yeah. You're trying to get max value for what you're worth.
Right.
You know what I mean? And when you feel like that you're not, you're going to go after more.
But you don't have to complain though. You just like it's being a professional.
Oh yeah, now
I met my
now what you do in your part now? If I'm not talking about sending emails and stuff.
No, I'm telling you, you meet your contract. I met my contract. Somebody offered me. I have this offer. You guys can counter. You know what I'm saying? I give you the opportunity to counter. If not, it's been great. You know what I'm saying?
You know what? I think you're right. That is a maturity thing because when you're an adult and you know your worth. And you get to the point where you have to complain or where you don't like your job, you look for something else.
But some people, they're comfortable. Though. Some people, they get comfortable like, I don't want to do something new. I like what they don't change. When you're comfortable, change kind of throw you off.
Well, yeah, I think... you
know what I'm saying?
I think...
Because like working in IT, like a general view working in IT, like you working on Windows and then they come out with a new version of Windows, somebody going to be like, why we got to go to Windows XYZ, I'm used to Windows ABC. I'm used to doing this and doing that. Why we got to move? Because they're not going to support Windows ABC. You got to go to XYZ, but the change of it, some people just don't like change, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
Or learning something new, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes that could be the difference between $5,000 or $10,000 on your salary is learning something new.
And sometimes
people don't realize that.
Now, of course, who wants to do something new or do extra work at their job that they're not being compensated for? But see, that might be preparing you for your next job, right?
That's true, yeah.
The other job use Windows XYZ, but you're not, you don't know XYZ. You're not certified in XYZ. But your old job they're going to teach you Windows XYZ. But to learn it, you got to move away from ABC.
You got to move away from ABC.
So now you move away from ABC, and now it's harder at your regular job, right? But they just certified you for the next one.
And you got to do it on the job. You'd have to pay for it at home because it would have cost you at home.
Exactly. So you got to, sometimes when you got to look at the benefits of change.
You got to connect them dots, man.
Exactly. Or the result of the change.
Right.
You might not like the change. Who does? Right. Or whatever. But you're going to really like the benefits of that change or the results of that change and that hard work. So sometimes, with respect to yourself and your situation, getting out of your comfort zone can be really helpful. You know what I mean? Whatever.
It'll be beneficial, yeah.
If
you want to get to a high level, you got to get out of the comfort zone because the comfort zone, you're just comfortable. But there's levels. There's another step. Whether you want to believe it or not, everybody, you may be on 5, but you still got 5 more steps. I mean, it could be past 10, but there is a next level. Everybody has a next level. It's all about do you want to go to it or not.
And when talking about getting out of your comfort zone, don't do too much changing. Don't change a lot of your good habits. All right, keep your good habits.
Add to the good habits.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, add to the good habits.
A lot of people, they get to a point where it's like, well, I got to change things up. I got to do something different. I've been working hard and studying. I'm going to kick that. I'm going to start cheating. I'm going to start hustling. I'm going to start scamming. I'm going to start doing something like that.
That's different. Yeah.
No, that's different. But a lot of people think change is change. So I've been doing things like, no, let's add to the positive and let's change those negative things.
Increase your skill set.
Exactly.
And value, yeah. Mm-hmm. So scamming don't increase your skill set or value.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
You may think it do, but it don't.
Now, and honestly, and that's the thing. It's 50-50. You might be successful in scamming, right?
Yeah.
In the beginning. And that's still like, oh man, look at this. Now, since I changed up, I'm making the money. But then, like I said, all that can be taken away with jail time. And you, let's say you're an IC, or like say even if you're a nurse, you know what I mean? You just taking some drugs, you're doing something else like that. Mm-hmm. Now you lose your license.
Yes.
Of that.
Your livelihood.
It's been people who've had CDLs that's lost their CDLs for something like that. But that's your life. You're a truck driver. You're on a truck driving business. Now you can't drive a truck.
They didn't get caught drinking. They got caught with the empty can.
You know what I mean?
They didn't already drunk it.
Honestly, I'm sorry.
That's funny, man.
Being comfortable, sometimes we can get comfortable doing dirt.
Boy,
you do it so much. You're so skilled that you even forget to cover your tracks. Now, we don't want to. And we can tell you all the stories.
Oh, my God.
You know, this would be a totally different podcast. But, increase your skills and make positive changes. Keep the good stuff, get rid of the bad, trim the fat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You want to be lean and more focused as you possibly can. And to develop muscle and strength, you have to work the good muscles and get rid of the bad muscles. I mean, fat.
Now, next topic, I think that you really need to understand this, because a lot of times this is almost, it seems like a riddle sometimes, really, to be honest, but it is possible, though. So when I say this question, I'm saying it from our experience, because we actually grew up in the hood and went to school in the hood. How were you able to live in the hood or in the city, however you want to phrase it, go to school in the hood or in the city, but it does not stick to you as you grow in life?
I don't know, because it definitely stuck to me. So like I say, I took most of the positive I could out of the negative situation.
No, what's the negative? How do you have the negative not stick?
Yeah, and just started to really shave that off. I think a change of environment, sometimes peer pressure and environmental circumstances can be a positive thing, right? If you're in a situation with a bunch of negative people, and peer pressure in the environment could affect you negatively, but sometimes getting around positive people doing the right things and seeing those negative behaviors being punished and not being, supported can kind of guide you around. Since once I got in a professional world, these people not cussing, these people not doing this and that. Mm-hmm. So I noticed that I was being rewarded for the positive behaviors. You know what I mean? The negative behavior was kind of shunned just due to environment. So being taken out of their environment and put it in a positive or more structured or professional environment really kind of helped me a lot. And maintaining the skills from my upbringing helped me add to those professional the skills, those good values.
Right.
Be able to add to those being in that space.
And see, I talked about this on one of the videos I made, but understanding that being able to be in chaos but still get what you need to get out of it without the chaos sticking to you. Mm-hmm. I guess what I'm trying to say. It's kind of like orange. How do you get the juice from the orange without the pulp? Yeah. I just need the juice. I don't need the pulp in the rind, the skin or whatever. I don't need that. All I need is the juice. All the other stuff you can keep. That's the kind of the dots you got to connect in your head. I know for me, I was able to see the other side of the fence without actually having to go to the other side of the fence. Working at BP when I was in 10th grade, working at the detail shop and stuff like that. You get to see all kinds of people, man, that most people didn't have access to. Being able to, some dudes I talked to, some didn't, you know what I'm saying? But being able to see these guys, you get to see their stories, you get to see, like, how real, like, hustling is. Like, how some kids at school, we was at school, they used to fantasize about being hustlers, but they didn't know a hustler, like, in there, like, what stuff they really go through. I actually got to see, like, real live, like, hustlers, like, the start, the middle, and the finish, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, I know dudes that's in the feds right now. I'm not going to say no name because these dudes probably trying to come home, but, you know what I'm saying? And you see that middle part where, like, you see them on the come up, but then you start seeing the haters. You start realizing that there's haters on every level, whether you in the corporate world, whether you in the streets, or wherever you at, it's going to be a hater everywhere, which is the weirdest thing. But you start seeing you start seeing like the whole. It's like an ecosystem, man. But the corporate world is almost like the same thing. But like I say, you got the hustlers. Then you got people that rob people. You know what I'm saying? Just be doing it. And you never know. You have to be careful who you hang around because you might open that Pandora's box and you might not come back from there. You know what I'm saying?
And something.
Some people get a gun in their hand and it like triggers something, and you might not come back from there. You might turn into a killer. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And you just had a gun, a little 22. Somebody gave you a 22, and you like Bishop off juice. You know what I'm saying?
The gift that keeps on
now you to flip that switch. You know what I'm saying?
Another thing too. A lot of people. You had two things. You said the beginning, middle, end. Something that was. I'll start with this. People don't realize you got to work your way up in everything. Whether it's the corporate world, whether it's school, you start off as a freshman, regardless. Yeah. You know what I mean? You start off right here. You need those credits. Right. Same thing with hustling. Unless you got family in there.
Even you didn't grow up on Sesame Street. You grew up on 65th Street.
65th Street is different. Yeah. Big Bird was a Big Bird was something else. Yeah. You know what I mean? You know definitely, growing up in there, you got to start off like you just a guy from the projects. You're not born into this crack family. You know what I mean? You're not G-Money. Yeah, people don't see hand to hand. Like you have to put this drug in your hand and give it to a dope fiend. Yeah. Which ain't clean all the time. Which ain't nice. They're trying to get the best deal. They know you new to drug selling. Right. They gonna try to get over on you. You know what I mean? You ain't got the respect. Like you ain't even got a gun yet.
Right. Exactly.
They know you new.
Right.
You know their experience. You might be 18. You might be 16, 17, 18, selling crack to a 40, 50-year-old.
Boy.
That's probably gonna be stronger than you. You know what I mean? They might try to snatch out your hands.
That's true.
Or do anything to you. You know what I mean? And you ain't got enough respect. You might just give up next week.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? That's you that's going to be on the person who gave
I still don't understand why a person wants to smoke crack now. I still don't get it. That is a riddle, too,
What commercial did you... I mean, I've never seen positive results. I've seen people drink, and I've seen people have accidents, but I've seen people drink. I've seen rich people drink. You know what I mean? I've seen poor people drink. You know what I mean? Okay.
Yeah, I've seen rich people cloud my judgment, man.
I've seen rich people smoke weed. Yeah. You know what I mean? I've seen poor people, professional athletes. Yeah. Okay, that's your decision. If you want to try it, that's fine. You know what I mean? I'll try a drink. Yeah. You know, it don't look too bad. I ain't never seen a positive outcome or even a minimum outcome with somebody who smoked crack. I occasionally smoke crack. Or I occasionally, I shoot up a little heroin. Yeah. Hey, but I'm not, hey, look, if you smoke crack, teach us home. If you do heroin, like I say, that's on you.
Please get help. How about that?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not here to judge your lifestyle. You know what I mean?
The thing that throws me off about the rehabs, bro, is the rehabs is in the hood where the drugs at.
I mean, you gotta want to reach the people, right? I mean, you gotta reach people where they are. Right?
Like the rehab is over there off Asher, right? You know what I'm talking about?
If you were selling drugs, who would you try to sell to?
No, I'm saying like the people who build the rehab, they put it's in the neighborhood.
Where the people that it's affecting, the drugs are affecting those people.
No,
so put it where they
but you need to. I don't know. My it's like the environment need to change though. Like, how can you really get over it, but the environment's still there?
Yeah, but if you break right out, you can go one block.
But they also say too, you could drop one off in Montana in the cornfield. He'll probably find a house somewhere. You know what I'm saying, to go to. So.
And you mentioned the different levels before, middle, and after, or to come up.
Yeah.
When you see somebody who've had more money than you, they can fill a table that you can imagine, who own multiple houses. Business. You seen them in old school custom rims, and then you see them being a janitor at the local fitness center.
Yeah.
Like, I know you've owned multiple houses. I'm pretty sure you've had millions of dollars at one time, or all of it look the same when you were a kid and you see tons of money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But people, but they go to jail and they come back out and they gotta get a regular job. That could be.
They're smart to do that. Some of them don't. It's hard for them to do
because
all they know.
I mean, exactly.
And see, here's the thing too. People don't realize
to do that, But if you go like the professional route and you spend, let's say, 5 years building your skill set, or making money, or even getting a CDL or a nursing license, you know what I mean? If something happens, you'll always have your CDL, or you'll always have your nursing, or you'll always have your degree, or you always have your experience in that field.
Yeah.
you know what I mean, that you can, tag on to, man. You mess around, they'll never take your home from you, you know what I mean? You mess around, you work just as hard, but you was in a dope game or something like that.
That's true.
And now you can't even, there's ain't no 401k, ain't no FMLA, ain't no workers' comp.
Oh, no.
You know what I mean? You lose, all of you really can't even, put it in the bank. I mean, that broke my heart, man, and I know, OGs or whatever who help people out.
And then you got to think too.
On Nino Brown giving out turkeys or giving out money, and now they can't get $10 from somebody else. You know what I mean?
And I think too, a lot of people, people that's outside the hood don't realize, back now, you have no reason to not do nothing. There's so much research you can do, information you can get now with Google. Man, you can Google anything. Back in the 90s, 80s and 90s, the internet wasn't even a thing. Yeah. You only can see what you can see, what's in front of you. And like we said in the older podcast, a lot of the regular guys who work 9 to 5 or work there every day, 8 to 5, they was at work. And a lot of kids saw what they saw, the people that wasn't at work. And a lot of them saw hustlers. That's what they saw. And they saw that they was out there doing their thing. They had the nice cars and everything. Because you got to think, let's just be honest. Most of the time when you in these areas, it's median income kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So a drug dealer is going to stick out in a median income area, you know what I'm saying? Everybody else driving Corollas and, cars with factory options on it. And this dude come through said gold Dayton's on there, Impala SS with the gold Dayton's on it. You know what I'm saying? It just stands out. I mean, and that's the purpose. You want to stand out because you're doing everything for girls at that point when you're young. That's what dudes don't realize. You're doing it just to show off. You know what I'm saying? You want to be the biggest peacock on the block with the feathers, sticking out. But a lot of these guys, it wasn't internet back then. All they knew was what they saw. And I'm telling you, it's dudes that we went to school with, and we knew that their family lineage was dudes hustling. Their grandpa hustled, their dad hustled, their older brother hustled, and they got caught up. Now it's on you. Yep. You know what I'm saying? And it seems like it's not as prevalent now because it's so much information out there now. Everybody kind of want to be entertainers and stuff, and rap and stuff like that.
Some people are acting like that. Like, it's weird because now they're acting like they're hustlers. So I'm gonna have guns in my videos and this and that. You're not even really selling drugs, but you got.
And then I think it's coming. I know we not we don't have a bunch of money statewide, but I think it's gonna eventually come. They're gonna have in New York, they're gonna have cameras on every corner post, man. It just ain't gonna pay to do crime because it's gonna be everything gonna be recorded.
I mean, if you actually, it's a lot of cameras here. Even here, there's a ton of cameras.
Yeah, I know.
It was one dude got shot on Canis, and they had 7 different views.
Really?
Of dudes
for real on Canis? They had a camera on Canis?
Cool. Yeah, it was at a certain intersection of Canis or whatever, and I was like, oh, there he is. I was like, oh, there he is on this camera. Oh, we followed him to that camera, and then that other camera, and then he ended up getting shot or whatever. But, it's weird. But
yeah, you can. I guess what I'm trying to say is you got to have a different mindset, the winning mindset, number one, and you just have to. Sometimes you can't control the environment that you're in, but you can control you. But you get caught up in that, trying to get caught up in that code, trying to be accepted. Man, you gonna let dude do you like that, dude? I don't want to go to jail for 10 years or 25 to life, man. I don't want to do 25 to life. I don't. So I'm not gonna fit in with y'all. I'm probably just gonna be considered a punk. I'm not gonna fit in with y'all, man. I don't want to do 25 to life.
Yeah.
Because somebody gonna snitch. That's gonna happen.
Yeah.
And sometimes just being around somebody, you can be associated. We know dudes that they ain't even do it. They were just associated with it, and they the ones that they ain't got caught up in it. And we stand up. I'm not gonna snitch. I'm gonna be a stand up guy. Well, guess what? We're gonna give you 25 to life. We're gonna let you think about that, buddy.
Yeah, and
once they give you the time, I don't think you can change at that point.
Yeah, and that's real hard because you don't have
the best thing to do is just don't do it.
You're probably going to get a public defender because you weren't expecting to get called. Who's got enough money to really keep a lawyer or retainer that's worth it?
I can't imagine what a retainer is now.
You know what I mean? So, it's really hard. So I'm like, okay, and let's say you get caught one time, maybe twice. You can do 3 years in jail. You can do 3 years in college.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But it seems like when you tell dude you do 3 years in college, like you being offensive. Man, what you talking about 3 years of college, man?
And now I'm not like, and I know, a lot of people. I know some people are, maybe they feel like they're on college material because they have a learning disability or whatever.
Yeah.
There's different paths for everybody. You know what I mean? But you gotta try to find something you can do. Man, we gonna look good or bad. You're gonna do your 5 years somewhere. Yeah. You can do it at somebody's job. You can do it at somebody's school. You can do it at somebody's jail.
And see, here's the key that I wish I would have realized when I was younger. You want to work somewhere that you can level up from, not just an entry-level job that's a dead-end job that it don't lead to nothing. You want to find something. If the earliest you can find something that you can work and you can level up, the better off I promise you will be. Working. If you work at a retail store and be a cashier, you better be thinking about being a general manager or some of that store. That would be your end game. Don't just be a cashier and just be a cashier for 20 years. That's all I'm saying. Please want better for yourself. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, and take it personal. That you don't want to be. Sometimes you got to look down on yourself to make yourself want to look up.
Right.
You know what I mean? Just like, hey, try something different. You know what I mean? If you can try something different in your personal life, you want a different girl, you want a different boy, please have that same approach and same energy to your actual career. You know what I mean? And don't do stuff that'll keep you in a certain situation. Don't be self-sabotaged.
And then I give you an analogy, then we'll move on. If you ever watch Shawshank Redemption, the young people, if you ever watch Shawshank Redemption, he was framed for something he didn't do. He had an opportunity to get out. But in order to get out, he had to crawl through the sewer system to get out. Now, how many of y'all would do that? Some people are like, I ain't doing it. I'm not doing it because I'm gonna stay. He crawled through the sewer system, and when he got out, you know what he did? He got a bar of soap. He got into the pond, and he cleaned himself off, and he walked away. Sometimes you have to crawl through the sewer system to get to the other side. Are you willing to do that? Everybody's not willing to do that, but when you got the winning mindset, you're going to say, you know what? It's going to stink. I'm probably going to throw up, and it's probably going to smell bad. But if I can just get to the end of that tunnel, when I get out, I get a bar of soap, I can clean myself off, and I can walk away from this.
Look where you'll be. You'll be that much further. And the thing is, please do not quit in the tunnel.
Please, no, that's definitely not. Hey, what's going on, guys? We back at it again. We wanted to come thank our supporters, thank our subscribers, and we want to get more engagement. We're in the North Little Rock, Arkansas area, and we want to send out an announcement to our people who view us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, or Twitter. Yeah. We want to give different people opportunities to share their story, your professional story or your educational story, or how it all blended together. We'll come to your business. We'll do a review on your business. We'll support you. Come to your restaurant, whatever business you have, insurance, whatever you sell. We'll come out and support you because we got a lot of people we know, and we want to let them know that we want to come out and show people and show our youth in Little Rock, North Little Rock area, that there are a lot of options after they graduate to go into and take the most efficient path and not do what everybody else do, but do better than everybody else do. So what you got to say, Jay? Boogie?
No, like I say, do it your way. We want to hear from you guys. You know what I mean? What do you think? You have any questions, comments? You can always put any of your questions down in our comments. We're open. Mm-hmm. We'll come to you. We'll interview you. We'll promote your product. Mm-hmm. We'll promote your business.
Yes.
We just want to show the youth that there's a different way to do everything. You know what I mean? In the most efficient path.
Right. And like I say, we're all about promoting positivity. We're not trying to down nobody. We're not trying to, kill somebody's business or something like that. We just want to promote Little Rock, where we're from, and let the youth know that there is positivity out here. There is success out here. but you got to put in the work to go get it. And once again, thanks for watching our channel. Comment, like, subscribe. Let us know what you think. And we're signing out.
Yeah, please don't quit in the tunnel.
Please.
That's a bad place to be. That's and a lot of times it's just as hard to climb back through that tunnel to go backwards.
Boy.
And where it might not be as hurt financially, but it's probably gonna hurt emotionally, physically. Just go. Just try to keep power forward. We just want to encourage you to try to stay positive and do positive things, and just have a winning mindset. That you can be the best.
Right.
You know what I mean? You can be the LeBron James of your own life, your own career. The thing is, people, you choose.
Right.
You get to be, you're a janitor today, you get to be an engineer or a computer programmer tomorrow if you take the steps and plan to be.
Right.
Nobody's telling you have to stay where you are. If you're a computer programmer right now, you want to be a barber, you can go to barber college. There's no law. There's nothing that's saying that you cannot do these things.
Yeah, you can do both.
We are free.
You can go to school, barber school, when you graduate high school, and then the money you make from barber college, you can pay for your education, and then be a programmer. Now, not only can you be a barber now, but now you can build your own website. You can do your own marketing tools. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Then you can own your own barbershop. Plus, you can, whatever program you can make those skill sets join together.
There's no one.
It's like Legos. However many Legos you want to have to build on,
you want to use all
or you just want to have one Lego.
Yeah, if you want to have all blue, you can use those.
So
we're just saying that that nobody's.
So I got the question, like, this is for men, young men. I think this is a lot of things we don't talk about. We really do. Like, what's a good first vehicle for a young man? Like, 17, getting his driver license, and he want to. Do good stuff, or what's a good first vehicle in your opinion for like that 17 to 22 range? When you first start driving.
I think definitely a later model minivan. You get all the space and use
a minivan.
Yeah, a minivan. You know what I mean?
You trying to be a soccer team or something?
Yeah, I know, but you don't you don't want 17. You don't want them to be too cool. Too content. You want to encourage them low key to get something else.
A minivan?
Yeah. They can get their friends together.
I mean, that's your opinion. I'm not gonna knock your opinion.
Because everybody, I think a lot of people want to say, get a mid-size car like a Honda or something sensible. You usually get you can get a lot. With a Honda, you can get a lot of miles on it.
What I would recommend, because when I had a 77 Impala, but if I had to do it over again, I would get a truck, no problem. Because when you get a truck, now you have flexibility. You can do other things, side hustles. Cut grass. You can haul stuff. People could pay you to haul stuff. I mean, you can charge somebody $100 to haul off, junk. Like they want to get rid of mattresses and stuff. You got a truck. You give me $75, $150. I'll haul it off for you. You know what I'm saying? You get a truck in the trailer. You get you a trailer now. Now you can do even more stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Most definitely. I think with technology nowadays, I know you can't do ride sharing as a minor, you know what I mean. But with the minivan, you can pick up your classmates, charge them,
How'd you do that?
Because you can charge them like $5, a head. You can get
that kind of goes to back what we're saying. Living in the hood, how do you? You gotta be careful, man. Cause
people know he got that money.
Not even that. It's like
him in a green car.
The more people you pick up and take in your car, the more risk involved. You have to really know them people. You
get pulled over. You know what I mean? It's your car.
They got dope. He got a dime bag in his pocket. Now he took out his pocket and got in between the seat and the door. I don't know who that is. I don't know.
That's the dude in that purple minivan.
But if you got a two-door truck, that's only one person.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And you're just one cab to look at. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So.
But yeah, most definitely. You got to think versatily. Think outside the box. You know what I mean? Thinking what you could be giving your child.
Yeah.
If you give them a truck, you know what I mean? A truck, $150 used lawnmower could spark a little business.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing like from when you're young, you put money in your own pocket.
I mean, you got so much time.
And you control your work.
You can take risks. You can make mistakes and figure out really figure out what your wheelhouse is and all that. When you're young, man, Man, when my son get old enough, what we do all kind of stuff. See what stick, man. You what?
Mm-hmm.
Man, I'm doing all kind of stuff.
Yeah, and definitely this, pandemic has slowed a lot of experimentation down and a lot of the learning and exploring process because you want to keep your kids, you want to keep yourself indoors, away from other people.
Right.
That has changed networking a little bit. Made a lot of people go virtual and digital.
Yeah.
That's expanding tech, but as far as people meeting face to face in person,
Y'all would tell parents if you're not afraid. You have to get your kid a computer now. A computer or Mac, because that's what schools are going to. Like I can't even remember the last time I bought my little girl like a pencil to take to school. Yeah. They doing everything on computers now. I remember when we went to school, we actually had what they call them J tablets or something like that, where we had the words in there. You had to draw the words.
I'm teaching my son how to write now, but I'm like, hey, is writing gonna be something?
They gonna have like a tablet with the little stylus, man. They're gonna be writing on there with that. You know what I'm saying? And so another question to follow that up is what's a good garage tool, like when you get your own house and you got tools in the garage? What's the tool that you think nobody don't think of that's probably like important that somebody would think I wouldn't buy that?
Oh man, it's so many standard. So you wouldn't say like something like a lawnmower because it's just something that's really standard. A tool that's an unconventional tool that I use a lot.
Yeah.
Man, that's a hard one because I can just really.
I can tell you right now.
Stuff.
I'm telling you, air compressor, bro. That's one of those tools.
Yeah.
Man, you can't hardly find a gas station that air compressor work.
Yeah.
If you go to 10 gas stations, maybe 3 may work.
Yeah.
And they might not be by your house. You might have to go somewhere in a different neighborhood because they ran that mud through the ringer. But man, getting the air compressor from like Harbor Freight or something, or the Home Depot or whatever, big box stores, man. Because it's random. It might not happen a lot, but boy, when you got it, it's so good to be able to just turn that mug on and air your tire up, man. Yeah. Instead of waking up and your tire just dead flat, man. I'm telling you, man.
Because I got a couple cans of fix-a-flat. My
God,
grandpa.
I can't stand that stuff, man.
Yeah, it'll get you to the. See, that's the thing. You think, if I fix a flat, it'll get me to the gas station where I can put some air in my tire. Then the gas thing. Then I
used to work at BP, bro.
Then the air don't work.
When I worked at BP, I used to change tires and stuff, and plug tires and patch them. And man, it was literally, man, people would just fill their tires up. You would think like it's water in the tire. That's how much fix-a-flat they put in there. Yeah. And it smells so bad. When you open the tire up, it just like ammonia just didn't hit you, man. It smells so bad. That stuff just eats the inside of your tire. People do that and they just, it's working now. I don't got to get it fixed. Oh, wow. Man, it eat the inside of your tire up, bro. No problem. It's just like some chalky white water that's inside your tire, man. It's pretty crazy.
But yeah, I definitely, hopefully getting to a thing, I use that. My grandpa used to have like these big little, almost like a propane thing. It was full of compressed air. So he had the little tank. You just turn it on like, we used to put it in the air bike tires.
Yeah.
Blow the inner tube. Turn it all the way up.
Blow the inner tube out. Blow the inner tube out.
Yep. It's all fun and games. Somebody get popped in the face.
So, we're going to try to work this in. A new segment is the quote of the day. Something for your mental. Warren Buffett, the investor billionaire, says, if you cannot control your emotion, you cannot control your money. Do you agree with that?
I 100% agree with it. From being an emotionally stable person, most of my life, really never had a problem with overspending. But the minute stuff started to go haywire, you start to want to try to take control over the things you can control. Right. So you can control your money. So now you want to do that. So like you want to be, or you feel confined in your personal life emotionally, you want to be financially free now. So now you want to spend this money that you've been saving. So sometimes you get a little bit frivolous or spending or trying to spoil yourself, and now your budget is gone. You know what I mean? Things like that. And I think control and discipline kind of transcends all the things with your health, your diet, your food, and stuff like that. What do you think?
Yes, I think I definitely 100% agree. Working in IT, talking to higher up like CEOs and CIOs and CTOs and stuff like that, and sometimes they'll let you listen to their meeting. You have to have a level of emotional control. They call it being a professional. the more professional you can be, have that emotional control. Because if you say I'm gonna play the game clean and be fair, the higher up you get, is not everybody don't play that way.
Yeah.
And if they sniff that you are thrown off by that, they gonna keep coming at you like that. It's stupid. It's kind of like some jail mentality, but
they can get you to be emotional, you know what I mean? Get you out of character, you know what I mean?
Yeah. You know, and you trying to be clean, but they're coming at you dirty. That's how it is, though, sometimes in the corporate world. They'll do that. You know, you trying to go everything by the book, and they coming at you under the table, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, but you got to be professional enough to say, I see what you're doing. I got that winning mindset. You're not going to throw me off my game. I'm not going to let some silly person come between me and my money.
Yeah,
bottom line.
Don't have an emotional reaction to something that's being like in a professional setting. You know,
and that goes back to what we was talking about earlier. Living in the hood, but not letting the hood stick to you. You got to know when to turn it off. Kind of like a light switch, turn it off. Click,
exactly.
Turn it off.
And separating, and let's say you're a professional at work, you know what I mean? It's all business.
Right.
But at home is turmoil at home.
Right.
So you have to separate that home emotion from your workplace business.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Because that's where your money coming from. And I understand that and it's easy to say, well, just because stuff going chaos with your kids and at home and this and that and your mom, you know, is sick, you know what I mean? You don't want to bring it to work, but you're just human. Well, that can directly affect your money. Now you might be short with people. You're not doing the research, like you're not prepared as you should be.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's an emotional issue bleeding over into your professional life, and that which can lead to have some very negative consequences.
Yeah, and then like I say, control your emotion too. Like I say, when you talk about comfort, like, you know, sometimes, so I've seen it. Some people, they get a chance to move up, but because they're comfortable, they won't do it. They're like, I don't want to be a manager because I don't want to manage people. I don't want to do that. And it's like saying, well, you just turned down like an extra $30,000 to learn a new skill, to learn something new. And I got a news flash for guys. You know, if you don't want to be a leader, you don't want to lead people, you don't think about getting married, bro. Don't think about like having kids, man, because you have to manage your kids. You have to lead your kids. You know what I'm saying? Those are different personalities. Your kids are different personalities.
Each one of them. You raise them both same way, same mom and daddy. Them two, both of those kids, or however many kids you have, they're going to be differently, and you're going to need different leadership styles to lead them correctly.
Mental flexibility. You need to think about that. Mental flexibility. Being rigid. I ain't going to never change. I'm always be. I used to say that stupid stuff. I'm always be myself. I had to evolve, man. Having kids will evolve you. It will make you different. Whether you want to or not, you're going to ruin your kid's life.
And he said flexibility. Yeah. He didn't say be wish-washy. He didn't say go where the wind flows.
No. Yeah.
Being flexible is standing, putting your feet in the ground. This is where I am. This is who I am.
Right.
But I can actually move to the side. I can bend without breaking.
Right.
Adapt to situations. You know what I mean? Without like changing my core person. I'm flexible.
Exactly.
I don't want people to misunderstand that. You know, it's flexibility, not giving up when somebody, you know, said, oh, well, it's your way, and following people. You know, leadership, you have to stay in your lane, but you have to afflict and be able to.
And that's something that we really got to teach our youth, man. Like that winner mindset and mental flexibility, man, because you know, you try to go in there, you want to be militant or whatever, man. When you think about all the people that was militant, I even hate to think about this, but they never had the support. Like,
but a lot of that,
like Huey Newton, like those guys like that, like Martin Luther King, they never had, like, you got to have provision to do things in this world. You have to. You know, people try to say it's not all about the money, but you know Don Pena, you ever heard of him? Like, what's the name? Got this on his page, but Antonio, Don Pena said, when you get money, you can go save the trees in Brazil. When you get money, you can go save the redwood trees in Oregon. But he said, without money, you can't do nothing. You can't help nobody if you don't have money. You can't help nobody.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And I always like, to speak to that. People like to use, when they don't like to use, they use what they have. A lot of times, people are charismatic and they can get people on board to an idea, but they're not good money makers. You're a good motivator. But you're not really good at getting capital.
No, but then
it's easier to get stuff done, like I say, with the capital or the money. But usually those people don't.
Or people will gas you. They'll gas you up. But they don't support
They
you
don't
though.
support- yeah,
They
exactly.
gas you up to do something
But
crazy.
that's the thing.
They gas you up to go do something crazy, and then when you go do it, well, I didn't make him go do that.
Yeah,
Man,
exactly.
I didn't tell him to do that. Now you in jail. You know what I'm saying? I didn't tell him to do
Or
that.
sometimes with that, you can be blacklisted, so you can't really get in a position after this situation to make money or to even join the workforce.
It's like dudes down be like, you know, you don't need a concealed carry permit. It's open carry. Yeah, maybe for you, but not for me.
Yeah. I can't have.
I ain't going, man.
I just can't be out there like that.
No, man. I ain't taking that risk, man. You know what I'm saying?
You know,
But people will gas you up though. Yeah, man. You know, you don't need no license, man.
And I think it goes back.
I think you giving me the wrong gas, my friend. I think premium gas. You giving me 87. I'm good, bro.
Whatever. I don't
E85.
E85. That is gonna mess up my car. I got
corn oil gas,
yeah.
man.
So like you said, if you're gonna be a leader, you know what I mean. A lot of people don't want to be a leader because they're gonna be over people and they don't. There's too much responsibility. I don't want the money. I don't want the compensation because I don't want the responsibility.
Right.
The thing about that is being knowing yourself. If you feel like that ain't for you, you might want to get a position that has more responsibility, but not maybe a leadership component where you have to deal with other people. But most of them, when you move up, they put you in a supervisor position or manager position where you're over people.
Right.
That's what they usually what they want. But you do have to know your strength. And being gassed up will push you into a place that may have more money, but you're out of your comfort zone. Like you can't lead these people. You don't want to do certain things, and now you're in a miserable situation with more money. Or they can push you out there and gas you up to leave your resources to be out there all alone with some idea and a picket sign. Nobody else follows you out there, and now you're just like so.
If you have the mental flexibility and mental mindset, I've been there. You're gonna say, if you offer me this, I don't care what this job is, I'm gonna figure it out.
Yeah.
If you give me the opportunity to figure this out, I will figure this out. I've told people that in the interview, like, do you want me to be Rambo? Or do you want me to be like LeBron James? You want me to be a team player? Because you could drop me off in the middle of the woods or the jungle
with a paper clip,
and I will get out.
Napkin.
MacGyver, Rambo, I will get out. It may not be the way you want to. You be like, wow, he got out of there. He did. He got out of there. Wow, he did.
The last three guys.
Yeah, they didn't make it.
They did not make it.
It may not be the way you want it, but I will get out. But it's just up to you how you want me to do it. You tell me how you want it done, I get it done. Or you want me to just figure it out, I figure it out. The worst thing to say and don't act on is say, I don't know. But don't never know.
Especially especially when you're presented with an opportunity.
Right.
Some people are wishing for the opportunities that you could have, and you're you think you can I don't know.
And then some people they get so entitled they don't learn in the situation that they're in.
Mm-hmm.
Like let's say Diddy, like P. Diddy said, hey Mike, come to the studio with me. Let's make some music.
Man, I don't make music.
Am I gonna go there and just not pay attention to what's going on, what the engineers doing on the boards, or how they building the song, or how they looping and all this? I'm just gonna go in there and just hang out and not learn nothing, or I'm gonna go in there and soak in that game. Like you're watching the engineer produce this beat or produce this song. You know what I'm saying? You know, you watching them make beats, you watching them looping stuff, you watching how they doing stuff. Some people are not good. Some people don't do that though. You know how they say rappers say, you know, they was just along for the ride, they didn't really do nothing. Some people don't realize like you're being exposed to something that you can take and run with. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Kind of like LeBron James homeboys. Like that is a rare situation. All his homeboys are doing something great. They not taking his money. They got their own money. And like I said, LeBron James is a billionaire now, but they all got their circle and they all handle their business and do their thing. You know, Maverick, Rich Paul, and LeBron, I think is another cat, but they all doing something. You know what I'm saying? But most people don't have that mindset. It take a team. You can't get to a billionaire by yourself. It's impossible. You're not gonna do it unless you come up with the greatest idea in the world or something. But then that's the only time you're gonna get there. So how do you maintain the billions?
Yeah, and that's a big thing. I don't know, but we're all forced and pressured into this thing where It's all me. We did it ourselves.
Right.
All my hard work is I earned this and did this by myself. Everybody had something. The world may not owe you anything, but you definitely needed somebody to get to where you are. You had a teacher, you had a mentor, you had somebody that did something they didn't have to do for you.
Right.
A team, or whether it's an encouraging word, it takes a good team to accomplish almost anything really in life. I promise you ain't did nothing.
Because everybody got to be on the same page, bro. Mm-hmm. That's the thing, you know. Sometimes you think everybody on the same page to come up. It's like, wait a minute, I thought we was doing this. Why everybody else go right and you went left? I don't get it. What happened?
Honestly, I'm going to say this is very simple. Why do we have fire drills? Because everybody know where to go, right? Everybody know where to go. Everybody thinks everybody know where to go. Right. We just look at the exercise, we can go, right? And when the alarm go off for a fire, we go. Right. Don't have a fire drill. You gonna see, or if you ever been in any kind of emergency situation, you gonna see people do stuff that don't make sense.
There's another thing, like
you gonna see people use elevators, like it's black smoke coming out of like that area right there, and some smoke is coming out of the elevator, but you're gonna get on it. Right.
And then another analogy. This is you 5 of y'all go out. You go to IHOP, right? Mm-hmm. And you know somebody we having a good time. We not rushing. We not tripping. But then there's that one party badgering the waiter. What's taking you so long? Why you taking so long to do my stuff? I asked for scrambled eggs. Why you bring me an omelet? Dude, you gonna mess up everybody. We all going to the right. Why are you going left? You know what I'm saying? It is that. And then if you say that, man, what you talking about, man?
I don't want hepatitis.
Right.
Yeah. Salmonella.
Yeah.
I don't want bodily fluids.
Exactly. None of that. You know what I'm saying?
Like, and like a lot of times there'd be no reason, but they don't see really anything wrong with their thing. They're standing their ground. They're saying what they believe in. They're doing, you know, well, I'm just being myself. That person's making your food. Mm-hmm. Like, how don't you?
You had that mercy to a degree. You know what I'm saying? You had that mercy.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
You can be a billionaire. You probably shouldn't disrespect the person making your food.
I don't think people realize too. Like, I remember we used to talk about that. Was it Westgate telling the dude that he said it's easy to make $1 million, and it was like, okay, even if it's easy to make $1 million, how do you get to another million? Like, it starts over. It resets at that point. Yeah. When you get $1 million,
and you spend $1,
reset. Now you back as you got to get to another million.
And you spend $1, you're not a millionaire no more.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? Bought a house, you definitely not a millionaire no more.
Learning how to generate money, that's the thing, man.
And the small mind thing, we was also in Westgate. Remember dude said, well, ain't that many millionaires in Arkansas or in Little Rock, ain't that many people that make ain't that many people really got over $100,000. I'm like, wow, like dude, like you don't really have a good concept of money. Like that's your
But all he probably knew was Westgate though. He probably never really been outside of 65th though. Yeah. It's amazing that some people never really been outside of Southwest. Like it's crazy.
Yeah, I'm like, man, I have seen you around. Like you done did jail time and you done robbed people. You done been in people's houses. Yeah. You know what I mean?
But he probably never went to Kavanaugh or something like he probably never been over there.
Probably I don't know what the man did, but you know, he did and just to think that he never thought of just professions that made that could possibly, it would be like a dream or a fantasy to even think that somebody can make over $100,000 at a job. Yeah, at somebody's job. Like,
I mean, I didn't even know that. Like, I didn't know it was dream fan, but I didn't know that till I started working in IT and you start just seeing people like they don't tell you how much money they make, but the way they be flexing or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? They might drive like the biggest BMW to work, or they go out to eat. You know, they try to get you to go out to eat with them. Like, dude, I can't go out to eat every day. I can't afford that. You know what I'm saying? And they not going to regular place. They go like Buffalo Grill or something, or, you know, like the high-end stuff. He's like, dude, I can't afford that. I can go with you probably maybe one day out the week, but I can't go with you every day. You know what I'm saying? And, but yeah, there's people out there making it, man. And they still hire people to make that kind of money, too. That's what's crazy, man.
Yeah, I mean, and honestly, some positions get paid all around, like around the country. This position, this title makes this about this much money. And you definitely can, like, you know, Google it. You can do this. You can see job openings, and you can see what they're paying it, and they're hiring these people. Or they recruited some dude from Texas, and he was the chief blank of this. Like, why would you leave? Why would you leave? Why would you leave Texas? I mean, they must pay really good there. And I'm like, no, they matched and they doubled my salary to come. Oh, what, you mean they doubled your salary to come to Arkansas? Like, yeah, they did.
Yeah.
And now you're looking around like, whoa, see, man. And then you start putting them numbers together like, man, is this dude really making that? You know, so.
I mean, I don't want to do it, but like most people probably don't even do it. A lot of this stuff is public information too. I mean, and that's why you gotta have a winning mindset, because when you start talking about what's fair, you're gonna see you're gonna deal with unfairness. But you have to find your way to get to where things are fair. You might have to go through unfair before you get to fair.
Or I want to reap the benefits of unfair. Right. I want to be like, it's a seesaw.
Right.
It's one side and this side. I'm trying to get, one side is low, the other side is high. I'm trying to get on this side of the seesaw.
Y'all, I went to a high school where we had like things that happen that don't happen in every high school. And y'all, we literally had a guy that worked in the neighborhood. He was the ice cream man and he was a substitute teacher, a Nigerian guy named Mr. Okalai. That's a McClellan memory. If you remember that, you remember that. My name is Mr. Okalai. The word for today, sit down. Do we have any homework? No, sit down. Can I go to the bathroom? No, no bathroom. Sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down. Hey, sit your butt down now. I'm not gonna say anything anymore. Sit down, sit down. Okay, you're right. I'm sitting down. So, what you think about that? When somebody say, can a man say that somebody is better than him or something?
That's really taken as a sign of weakness, because we're supposed to be the best already, even without skill. You're looking at a man that's 20 years experience, master's or PhD, but going into a situation we're almost taught that we have to overly sell ourselves and this and that, But I don't definitely believe that. I mean, I think you can learn from anybody.
Yes, that's true.
Even some people you might be better than or supposed to be better than in one area, they might really be good in a whole nother area. Yeah. So you have to be, sometimes that humility factor goes along with taking criticism and encouragement and knowing where to put each thing that somebody says about it. Can I look at when somebody insults me, can I take the positive from it?
Right.
Maybe if I keep hearing this from certain people, they could be right. That falls in the same vein of really maybe admitting someone is better or they have something to offer you as far as teaching or mentoring and things like that. I don't think you're ever too old.
That's the thing. You want to have people around you that's better than you at something. You don't want to be better at everything. It's almost like sometimes, some people want to be the best at everything. They want everybody up under them, man, up under their thumb or something like that. Little manipulators, I guess. I don't know what you would call it, but there are people like that. They want to be
the
top dog. I got to upstage
in the room
everybody.
Every time.
Yeah.
And if you even come,
like
something more. Well, we don't want to talk about that. Let's go on to something I'm good at that really showcases my skill. Well, I'm an investment banker. Well, we were talking about lawn care, and now you're coming in. Well, no. Let's stop. Let's not talk about that. So definitely, you can't learn, and you have to work. There's negative. People can have negative behaviors that are positive. Right?
True. Yeah.
What do you mean by that?
Far.
Well, what do you mean? Well, they're gonna keep telling good things about themselves.
Boy.
And maybe just to kind of downplay this or this, or what do you have to say?
Super
or this and that. Yeah, exactly. There's so many little.
Sometimes a person can be dealing with their insecurities, and you like, why is this person doing that? But they could be insecure about it, but they coming at you crazy, and you don't even know what's going on, but they insecure that you better than them, so they envy something that you have or hate on you because, And then another thing, too, is everybody do something different, man. You may get to the same road, you know what I'm saying? We might get to You may get to the mall, but you may take a different route to get to Park Plaza Mall. You may go straight down University. I might hit the freeway. I might go down 12th Street and hit the freeway, then hit the mall. You know what I'm saying?
You gonna take Fair Park all
Yeah,
the way
Fair
down.
Park. You know what I'm saying? Go by the zoo or something. You know what I'm saying? Everybody different. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, last topic before we close out. Is this something that most young dudes hear this? I know I heard this a lot. Is they say, you think you know everything. Yeah, you think you know everything. But they don't realize that growing up in the hood, if you act like you are naive and don't know nothing, people try to take advantage of you.
Yeah.
Even more as an adult.
Yeah.
You got to act like you know something. You don't know everything, but you got to act like you know something. And you got to learn real fast sometimes because in the hood, they'll try to take advantage of you. People don't realize that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's definitely a skill that you have to know. But you have to kind of monitor like how to use it and
that's true.
And adjust and adapt and be flexible with it. Because honestly, like a lot of people talking about traveling, when you go out of a town, you go out of the country.
Yeah.
You don't want to look like a tourist. You don't want to ever walk around looking lost. You know what I mean? Because that's like, for anybody
it's like
in the
a
streets,
duck in the middle of a bunch of goose.
Exactly. So you make yourself a target. So people are going to, and that's the same thing. Sometimes in your hometown, if you're not confident, if you're looking around, that's the new sucker.
Yeah.
Because, hey, you need help? We can help you where to go. Hey, just go and come in here. Hey, just come get in the back of the truck or come do this. Hey, could you take this package over to my grandma's house?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? This and that. You know what I mean? It could be any little gimmick game to play. You know, hey, if you give me $20, I can turn it to $100 like real quick. I can just go do this.
Hey man, I got a kid, man. That's in the Make-A-Wish Foundation, man. They in the St. Jude's in Memphis, man. If you could give me $10, man, that'll really help me out.
I love kids, man. Let me go get the money real quick. Because you look
some people,
a certain way.
They come over to hustle to try to hustle
exactly.
you, man.
So you definitely don't want to look like that, but you don't want to be overconfident where in the hood you acting too tough.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? You see 5 guys, what's up, man? Y'all got a problem? Like, no, you look confident, but you don't have to be confrontational.
Yeah.
Right? Because that can create a problem. And the same thing, you want to be confident in your skills, but you don't want to be arrogant. Like, you know what I mean? Even in, like I said, corporate world, you don't want to be biting out more than you get you. Boss, I can take care of that project. I know how to do that.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? I know Linux.
Boy.
Like, what? Or I know this and that, and, you sound foolish because you're talking about areas you don't know about, you know what I mean? You're talking about, you use the wrong medical terminology and you look just, that's the dude with the big mouth. Be talking about,
You were talking to a brain surgeon, you talking about urology.
Yeah. See, man, with the urological tract, man, when you thinking, it's going to really affect you. You know what I mean? Like, what do you
remember, how you remember in Living Color, Damon Wayans, he was that jail dude, they call him Norman Bates. He was saying, he was talking, but he was saying, it was funny. You have to watch.
He had the little
Norman
hat.
Bates. He had the little green hat. He talking to you.
He military hat.
Yeah. But he be saying like off
making up words. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like he was talking to a brain surgeon, but he was talking like a gynecologist at the same time. Man, it's pretty funny.
Exactly. And sometimes that really makes you look a fool because you want to stand up, you want to talk confidently about stuff you don't know about.
Yeah, and people. I mean, just like in the hood, people take advantage of you, even online. I don't think people realize it. I think more people take advantage of people online, like email, spam. Like, one of the things that always was funny to me, that it was just crazy, is that, like, when I work in IT, somebody would get a spam email and be like, hey, I need you to look at this financial document real quick and check it out. Let me know what you think. But the person don't even work in accounting. Like, if you work at a job and you know you're not in accounting, but that comes to you, why would you open it up for it? That means you know. That means you asking for it.
It came to my email, bro.
If you're a secretary, for a manager, you're a front desk secretary, but accounting, you get an email talking about check this financial document. Accounting really don't. Most of those people are like super analyst people. They don't really make miscues like that where they're sending it to the wrong person. But sometimes people don't think they way through stuff and they get taken advantage of. It's like, wait a minute, what business do I have looking at a financial document of this company when I'm not in accounting? But they're going to click it anyway because they're like, oh, this is a finance, I get to see some stuff. Virus. Virus. It's just kind of stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? Or those old people are Nigerian. Can you help me get to America?
Or
all I need is $10,000 and I will come to America. Oh, that is so mean. I'm going to give him $10,000.
Well, all you have to do is pay. Look, I got all this. I have millions of dollars, in my account, but it's frozen. I only need $10,000 from you to unlock the account. Once I unlock the account with the $10,000, that'll free up the rest of my money and transfer. Then I'll that's really just a transfer fee, and then I can give you that right back. But since my money is locked up, and I can't use my money, I can't use my millions to free up my money. I can't to pay the $10,000.
Yeah, it
has to be an account from America. So as soon as you give me that money, or you unfreeze the money, they unlock my money. I pay you the $10,000 back, and then I give you $1 million because I can't even really use all my millions.
People will take advantage of you. They will, man. No problem.
So
that's why you have to think your way through stuff sometimes. Like, what is this person? Why are they asking me this for? Why? Sometimes you just say, like, man, do I look like a person to take advantage of?
Do I look like?
Sometimes you can just look like somebody like, oh, I could try him. I could try him.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
I look like Boo Boo the Fool. Or maybe it's the way you talk. Maybe you're too nice. Maybe you say yes, sir, yes, ma'am.
Yeah. People scheme or they be like, you know what, I ain't fooling with dude. I know he ain't about that, man, so I'm not even going to fool with him, man. Leave that dude alone. People do that too. Like, leave him alone.
That guy's a country bumpkin,
Yeah. I think sometimes people say that too. If they try to run game on you, then you kind of stop them in the tracks. Man, you think you know everything, don't you? And sometimes I think that be happening too, man. You know what I'm saying? Man, this dude think you know everything. No, I just know the game you trying to run.
Well, guess what? I don't like him. He ain't no fool. Basically, that's what you're saying. I don't like him because he ain't stupid. Because he didn't go for it. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And you got to look at the gender thing too. Like a female will do the same thing to a guy, or a guy can try to. Oh, well, that's just a dumb little woman right there. We can probably get everything over on her, and she's not going at all. And now, then now rumors get spread about her because she's not dumb.
Yeah.
Or the same thing with you, like a woman like, hey, don't you want to buy me this, or don't you want to get this? Right. And corporate said that you could do this. Like, no.
So, guys, let us know. Comment. Let us know. Those are some of the topics you want to hear about corporately that you want to hear us break down or analyze or whatever. Let us know, man. What you think, bro?
Yeah, let us know anything. Like I say, any professions you want us to kind of look into to see how you get it. We got a couple people lined up for some interviews. Hit us up if you have a unique, interesting job or a unique, interesting story. You can tell us, and we can come on. You can come on, interview us, and tell us about your path, the way you got to where you are. We'd love to hear it.
Like you see, we at the Italian restaurant right now in Argenta, man. So, you know what I'm saying? We all over the place, man. You know what I'm saying?
If you
don't know what we're going to be next week, man. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. If you want us to come to your place, review your food, if we can shoot there, like I said, let us know.
Yeah, for sure.
Anything, we're open. Got products you want us to use, try, speak on, hey, we're here for you. Reach out and touch us.
All right, guys, we're signing out. Thanks for watching. Episode number 21 in the books. And we are signing out.